So Seamus, he would go to this bar every week, and he would always order 4 pints of Guinness, just religiously, every week. And the barman never asked, just always poured the 4 pints of Guinness. Seamus drank them all, would walk away. But this one week, Seamus comes in, and he orders 3 pints of Guinness. And so the barman takes the opportunities as pouring the Guinness. He says, listen, Seamus, you know, you've been here for a long time, and every week you order 4 pints of Guinness. And this week you've ordered 3. You know, what's going on? And he says, well, he says, you know, I have 2 brothers, and my father, and myself. And we're all very close. And they're all in different parts of the world. And so every week, I have a drink. One for me, one for my father, one for my 2 brothers. Oh, that's very nice. But he says, sadly, my father passed away recently. So he says, you know, it's my 2 brothers and myself left, so we have 3 pints of beer. Oh, very good, very good. So this continues on for a while. And eventually Seamus comes in and he orders 2 pints of Guinness. And the barman says, I don't mean to pry, Seamus, but did something happen to one of your brothers? And Seamus goes, oh, no. He says, no. He says, doctor's orders, I've had to stop drinking. No. I really like this story because I think it kind of actually tells us something about ourselves. There's a really interesting phenomenon today where we can engage fully in a system that we don't think we're engaging fully in. You know, and this happens in a number of ways, but you know, take the example of reality TV. In reality TV, the way it functions is this. If there's Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I think, because that's one of the big ones, isn't it? People watch it. Now, there's 2 types of viewer. There's the naive viewer who's watching it and going, oh, I wish I was like them. I wish I had their money. I wish I had this or that, right? But then there is the enlightened viewer, the ironic viewer, who watches it laughing that there's a naive viewer who wants to be like them, right? And so you've got these 2 types of viewer. Now, technically, there may actually not be any naive viewers. It's very possible that some reality TV shows are purely watched ironically, by enlightened kind of hipster types who are laughing at this fantasy of the naive other who watches it for real, or who thinks that the people who are in the reality TV show are naively engaged in what they're doing, when maybe they all know it's just a game as well. And so we're all participating in a type of game. And by the way, how does a viewer show up in ratings if they're enlightened and ironic? They show up in exactly the same way as someone who is naive and watching it in a non-ironic way. And so our material commitment to the TV show, whether we're watching it, as I say, in an ironic way or not, is still feeding it. We are immersed in the system, and even though we're not actually intellectually immersed in it, we're fully in it. And of course, in relation to things like structural racism, you know, we may not be racist in our kind of subjective experience, but like in Northern Ireland, sectarianism is still rife. Sectarianism, I might not be sectarian, but it still dictates where I'm going to buy a house, or where I want to send my kids to school, or what kind of job I'm going to go to, what kind of bar I'm going to drink in. And strangely, it's there. It's not in my conscious level, but it's impacting the way I live my life. I'm immersed in it, while somehow intellectually feel I'm not immersed in it.